Good evening and welcome to the January 12th, 2026 Board of Select Persons meeting. Please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We just have a couple warrant articles that just need to be voted on real quick by the Budget Committee and the Select Board so they can get back to the town clerk as soon as possible. So I'll read them. Article 19, shall the town vote to transfer the unexpended balance of $6,644 from the earned paid leave account for 2025 and vote to raise and appropriate an additional $16,509 for the ensuing year. Note transferring from the earned paid leave account 6644 and to raise and appropriate an additional $16,509 for total operations for the earned paid leave account at 23,153. This was just requested to be changed and spelled out a little bit more and transferring from the earned paid leave account instead of the undesignated account. So I would look for a motion from the Select Board to accept it as written and recommend a yes vote.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All right. And the Budget Committee.
Laura Harmon with the Budget Committee. I would make a motion to accept the article as written. All those in favor?
I have a question. Oh, they don't have the majority of the board here. How come two people?
There's three people.
It's three.
Oh, Steve, I didn't see you. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Snuck in.
That was a pass.
That was a pass.
Thank you. Next one is Article 31. Where shall the town vote to raise and appropriate $655,994 for the operations of waste and sanitation for the ensuing year. This was a typo. It read 944. It's supposed to read 994. So that was a miscalculation typo. So I would look for a motion from the Select Board to recommend a yes vote and accept it as written.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor? All right, and the Budget Committee.
I would make a motion to accept the article as written. All those in favor?
All right, thank you. And then just one for the Select Board. In our housekeeping articles, the town clerk requested that housekeeping article, so Article 11, letter L, to spell out fiscal year instead of FY. So that is the only change in that article. I would look for a motion to accept the change.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? All right, thank you. And the Budget Committee does not need to recommend a yes or no vote on that one, so they will sign those. And thank you guys for scrambling to get together. We will move on with the agenda. We do not have any warrants tonight. There was a glitch in the Trio system. Julie is investigating that and is going to call them tomorrow. She did let me know around noon and then again later in the day. So we will not be making a motion for those. Approval of the January 5th meeting minutes. We did just get those, so I would like a little bit of time to review those. So we will make a motion on those at the next meeting. If that's okay with everybody else. Okay. Would somebody read the announcements, please?
The town clerk, tax collector have resumed normal business hours on Fridays, and the municipal office will be closed on Monday, January 19th for the holiday. The Select Board will hold a community workshop on Tuesday, January 20th at 6 p.m. to discuss community involvement in the $75,000 grant we are working on. The workshop will be hosted by the York County Soil and Conservation District with the Select Board meeting to follow. The planning board will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, January 21st at 7 p.m. for Sean and Dennis Gerard, DBA as CIA Salvage Incorporated, 41 Range Road, for renewal of a conditional use permit for map 30, lot 18B, for storage of lumber for construction project, storage of property such as cars, boats, trailers, and licensed junkyard. A site walk will occur at 3:30 p.m. on the 21st at Range Road. The public is urged to attend. There will be a public hearing for Libby's Fruits on Monday, January 26th at 7 p.m. The public is urged to attend. The Select Board is looking for members to join a comprehensive committee. If interested, please contact Alicia at 793-4475 or selectmanadmin@limerickme.org. As part of the hearing of citizens policy, no personal attacks on any individual or firm, including town employees, town officials, or members of the public, will be tolerated. During any meetings, please direct concerns about individual employees or town officials to the chairman of the Board of Select Persons outside the public meeting. Please stay current with town information by visiting www.limerickme.org.
All right, thank you. Department reports. I have Lisa LePage from the Historical Society.
Lisa LePage, Director of Historical Society, and also co-chair of the Town of Limerick's semi-continual 50-year time capsule event. My question, and it's actually directed more to you, Howard, because you are liaison with Julie, is as of Friday afternoon, the money that the Town of Limerick voted for to be transferred September 2nd into G464300, a total of $5,380.58 has not been done. So technically it goes into the general fund.
Did you give her the number you were supposed to?
Excuse me?
Did you give her the paperwork you were supposed
Had
to?
it, I have, this is a copy of her signature. She
The
spent-
check is already cut.
No, it's the question is the transferring of the money from the unexpended donations into the 1928 fire truck account. I emailed as well asking for an update on that, but I haven't seen a response.
And we checked Friday, and it still has not been done. Now, technically, the money gets dumped into the general fund. That's over $5,000 that when we were getting donations, let the people know whatever we don't need excess for the event for the town will go towards the antique fire truck. We got it all set up on September 2nd. The town people voted for it to be transferred into this G account. Why, I don't know. It's something to do with taxes. Anyways, September 2nd, it has not been done. Today, anything that's in the other account should go into general fund. So you're telling me we're going to lose that $5,000 that we told the people we were donating to the fire truck?
Like I said, that check has already been cut.
There's no
check,
There should be no
Howard.
need for a check. I think that the Historical Society check is a different
That's-
situation. This is an article that was done at a special town meeting. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's an article that was done at an article was done at a special town meeting to transfer the unexpended balance of the donations into a capital project reserve account for the restoration of the 1928 fire truck.
Correct.
And there was some discussion about possible waiting to make sure all the bills had been cleared, and both chair people of that committee have let the treasurer know, and we were CC'd on the correspondence, and they've given multiple reports that has been done. We have voted as a board after the vote to move said money, and I'm pretty sure I was requested to sign a document from the treasurer to move
We
it.
have her documentation, her signature, her stamp, acknowledging that it was ready to be transferred. All our bills have been paid, all the expenses, so that wouldn't be coming looking for money.
Yep.
She received that on September 17th. Or she signed it for us on September 17th. As of Friday afternoon, the money has not been transferred. That account is zero.
To be honest with you, I'm not aware of that.
You were at the special town meeting.
I know, but I wasn't aware that that hadn't been transferred. All I was concerned about, you were complaining you didn't get the check.
Got
The
that.
check, okay. I don't know about this other stuff.
This has been brought up multiple times at selectmen's meetings because it's been not transferred. Do we need to have another town meeting in March to transfer?
When-
It's already been told to be transferred.
When I get back to my phone tonight, I will send a follow-up email
And see what
on
happens.
that and see if she received my first email. I sent an email, I think I CC'd the board on it last week at some point, or 2 weeks ago, as before.
12/29
Yes,
is when you were sending that out.
yeah, to see if there's been, if that change has been made because the end of the year was coming up. And I don't think I've received a response. I haven't received a response yet, so I will verify.
So where that wasn't done by December 31st, it can't be transferred in 2026, am I correct? Can that adjustment be made to something?
I'm being told yes.
If that money was earmarked for that project, it should be written in the account, but can't be.
Yeah, I don't see why, like, if we're still getting in bills from 2025, there are accruals. If it was voted to be transferred, I don't see why it shouldn't be. It should have been, but it wasn't. And everyone makes mistakes, so we'll verify, and hopefully we'll get it corrected within the next week.
Could I ask for a copy of when it's done, so I know it's done? Because Anne Marie Carroll also has books that have kept track of all
Yep.
our books of the event, so she can close out her books.
Yep.
This is our last hurrah on this. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next, I have Joanne Andrews from the transfer station.
I talked about this last week at the Budget Committee. For years, the December bill for all of solid waste has been taken out the next January. In other words, the December bills were paid in January. There was some talk about paying December of 2025 in 2025. That would be 13 months of payments, and I budget for 12 months. My recommendation is that we continue doing what we've done for years, and all those contracted December bills come out at 2026. And if we don't do that, I have in the household waste tipping fees, $3,361.87 balance, but I need $12,672.12 for the December bill. So we'd have to change my budget and raise $10,000 more, and I don't recommend that we do that. But I need,
Yeah, I mean, if we've been doing it a certain way for a while, we should, but maybe, I think, going forward, I see both ways of it, but I mean, if we did it out of 2025, that would be 13 payments or 13 months worth of payments in a 12-month calendar year, which isn't feasible. It wasn't budgeted for.
well,
but-
this is like any,
Yeah,
like any other contracted payment.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, I got the final figures, and I got a little flip here. Our compactor actually saved us $12,505. In 2024, we shipped 110 40-yard containers of household waste from the transfer station. But compacted the same amount of trash was only 49 loads, and that's $205 a load. So that compactor saved us $12,500, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think, oh, and I wanted to discuss, the little attendance building is almost done. I think he's just got one more wall to do and finish the ceiling. You'll be able to heat that thing with a candle when he gets done. he would like to, and I would like him to do, is to frame up the bathroom so we can get that project started and on the way. And I'm not even putting it out for bid. I'll never get anybody else that's going to do that framing work for $16 an hour. So if that's all right with you, I'd like to have him do that.
Is there money in that bottle account still?
Yes.
That would cover that?
Oh, yeah, we've got $8,000 in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have any plans what this is gonna look, do you have any plans what this is gonna look like?
Yeah, it's going to be an 8 by 10 room, bathroom.
Onto what? Onto what building?
The big barn, it's all plumbed and everything. And the electrical's all done. We just need it to be framed up and the fixtures put in and the well and septic tank put in. But there's funds there to do it. We've got a designated account with just under $18,000 in it. But this framing we'll take care of out of the bottle account. It won't come out of any taxation. So if I could get a vote on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I did peek my head in there on Sunday when I was down there. He did some good work in that attendance building. So, I mean, I would look for a motion to allow Gary to frame out the bathroom in the big barn for the rate of 16 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is all I have for department reports. I open it to hearing of citizens. Is that all the budget committee had? Was there anything else on the budget committee?
I think so. We went through everything else.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but can I make a comment on regarding the treasurer?
Yeah.
And what's... Lori Harmon, Budget Chair. It's my understanding, I know people are concerned about money transferring, not being credited, et cetera, but it's my understanding from the auditor, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you guys were in on this email as well, that there were transactions that were put into the system that for some reason went elsewhere. And Julie has finally gotten instructions. The auditors figured out how to get the transactions to post where we want them to post. Is it possible that the Historical Society and, all these other transfers that were supposed to happen, they're in the system. Is it possible that these are part of the entries that have to be done?
It's hard to say. It very well could be possible, yes.
So, because I know there were a few pages
Yeah.
of transactions.
Are you talking about the journal entries? So those are from the 2024. Yeah, they haven't.
they were, weren't
so I don't think
Actually, a couple of them for 2023.
in 2023. Yeah, those.
But
so-
I'm wondering if that's not an issue that's ongoing, that
Yep.
they're gonna find in 2025 that,
It could be. Yep.
so I just wanted to kind of put that out there, that it may not be a direct result of not being entered,
Yep.
so.
This afternoon, she got a email from the auditors, 2 more pages, changes.
And a lot of it was because of the system changeover into Trio and the way it's landing, so that was it.
Thank you. Cheryl?
My questions or statements roll right into that. Took me a week, almost a week, but I listened to the budget committee, the replay of it, and found some real exciting and interesting information that I don't even know if anybody else had known it before that, but now everyone should know about it. Did I understand it correctly that because I was here the night that John was talking about how much money we had in certain accounts and stuff, and we weren't going to put the mill rate up. We were going to use that money so our taxes would be down you know, whatever, the whole thing. I don't know the particulars. And that was supposed to be given to Julie, the treasurer, to put into an account for our taxes because, or whatever, however it works. I don't know the particulars. And he never told her, or none of the board told her. She was not aware of that entry that was supposed to be going in there.
I think no matter what, it would have to go to a town vote before. I mean, we can't, that's a large sum of money. I don't think the 326,000.
If that was the,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's fine. But John was adamant that this was going to happen, and you guys, I don't know, don't remember whether you voted yourselves on it, but it was, everybody knew that at that meeting, and not many people probably have listened to the budget committee, but maybe they did. It was very interesting. And it was never pursued. And now there's a mess in the treasurer's. Is that what started all this hate and discontent and bad mouth in the treasurer? And just because that was there and, well, the money's gone, is that 326,000 that John kept saying was gone, but it was in there? It had never left the building? Is this what started the recalls? And she was not fit to be the treasurer. She was incompetent in all this. I mean, that cost the town a lot of money, and it cost her a lot of money over something that was advertised that she didn't do right, and it didn't even fall on her shoulders. It started with the select board. Am I correct in assuming this?
I mean, I would say you're correct in the fact that the 326,000, in a meeting in August, there was the discussion of 326,000. It came from the auditor saying that you can reduce the mill rate if you commit this much, and that it was never brought to a town vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was, I found out that a lot of things haven't been brought to the town vote, such as the extension on the sidewalk contract. There was something that was discussed about that. That's another thing for tonight. Just different things that had snowballed and put on her shoulders and wrongly accused her of different things. And it just kept going on and on and on. And I just feel that what the results were about it snowballing and everyone thinking that she wasn't competent to do this and that, and all the sly remarks and stuff that people say that she can't put this in here and that. And I think the town owes her apology. She's a good worker. She knows what she's doing. She's good with the figures. Just leave her alone and let her do them. And I haven't figured it out, but it wouldn't take me long to what it cost the town taxpayers for that frivolous recall lawsuit that never should have happened. But that started with the board also, or 3 members of the board. So, you know, I mean, you guys have got to realize the people need to be informed, and the workers, and she was elected by the people. She should have a little bit more respect than that. And on to the sidewalks. I knew that there was an extension on the sidewalk because of the Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't realize he got more money for sand. Was that something that was included in the footage of the sidewalks?
There was an extension of his contract, is that when he signed the contract, that was not in the contract, that area.
And that's fine. But there was something, I didn't get the particulars on the budget, but there was a discrepancy on the difference of what it should have been.
It went from 500 to 551 because of the extra length.
Okay.
He did a calculation per foot of sanding and salting.
And was it my understanding that that should have gone for the townspeople to vote?
I don't know if necessarily, I know it didn't. I don't know if it should have.
No, I know it didn't.
mean,
That's what I learned a lot from that budget committee. I shouldn't have been listened
That
to it.
contract, Cheryl, is no different than a snowplow contract. In that if we
Oh, yeah.
accept more road, whether it's that contract, let's say, is only in its first of a 3-year period,
Yeah,
and we add a road of put it in the winter maintenance.
Right,
Then
right.
this is no different.
Yeah, but Cesario's was the end of his last contract beginning, so he got paid for all the new little roads. I'm not disagreeing with that. Yeah, okay. Why aren't the sidewalks 5 feet wide like the contract says for them to be?
The new contracts or the new sidewalks? I'm unsure. I mean, I've learned a lot about this sidewalk in the last 2 weeks.
It's not good.
No, I mean, I'll say it. I mean, it's asphalt. I don't think it should have been asphalt. I think it should have been granite like the rest of the sidewalks, curbing. And then I found out today via an email or one of these papers that it was accepted by 2 members of the select board.
Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I am, actually. I
I'm
mean,
not.
because at the time we were a board of 5, so 3 is the majority. So therefore,
But if it was only accepted by 2?
that's what I mean. It was accepted by 2 when we were when we were a board of 5.
So isn't quorum 3?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
So did 2 accept it or 3?
In an email in writing, it said 2 selectmen accepted it. And those 2 selectmen are not here right now.
Good
I
news.
don't know, I mean, not to badmouth them, I don't know if they were, I've learned a lot about this sidewalk contract, that I have a lot of questions that I plan to come in and ask tomorrow when our code enforcement officer's in here, just in reaction to a contract with DOT, the acceptance of it, because in my mind, that is not standards down there. I mean, that's,
This contract was signed by Stan, not a selectman.
The sidewalk contract, I have that here.
no, that one of DOT.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not on that one. I can look into that one if you want. Okay, is it kosher in policy for a 1-ton dump truck with a sander full of sand and salt to ride down the sidewalk with 2 of the dualies on one side going down the hot top, and 2 on the road itself going the opposite direction and almost driving someone off the road? And that was last year. This year, you can see down the sidewalks, the dualies gone down there. If you got a contract and you're supposed to have certain equipment to do it, you're supposed to be using that certain equipment, not hopping in a truck and driving down once. Most of the sidewalks were bare, but the big trucks have to go back and clean up roads when something happens or whatever. People plow their driveways, and you can see down through the sidewalks that these big, drifts along the sidewalks that he hasn't gone back down to pick it up or clean it up, just those small sections. By Jeremiah Mason, that sidewalk never gets sanded. And we come down, well, that last ice storm we had, and from the barber shop down, had a good coat of sand. And nothing from the sidewalk in front of the Jeremiah Mason bed and breakfast, and the same on the other side. I did notice there was sand on the other side today, but there wasn't the other day from the light Elm Street down to the restaurant. From the restaurant down, it was a good coat of sand.
It wasn't plowed either.
It's just whatever. I could go on and on, this hasn't been the first year. He's plowing less than an inch, and whatever. It just needs to be watched. I know, and they should be, the town plowing contract has been watched closely, which they should be because they're employed by the town. And let's see, I got one more statement question. Down in the salt shed area, they've always had the salt, and then they've had supposedly, which they haven't had the quantity of sand that they're supposed to, but that's not what I'm getting at today. Why is there another contractor's supplies there? The private contractor that plows the municipal Ricky. Why, they never, they took the sand and the salt from the shed, which I assume they bought, which is fine, that's their business, not mine, and just moved it. They should have moved it off the property because that is for the town, big trucks, whatever you want to call it. I know they plow for the town, but it's always been, because it's always been locked up. And now they have it, somebody else has a key so they can dump the snow, which, or they can go into the dump. It's still almost an open. But that work area there for them to move, or if they parked all of their trucks down there in between storms, there just would not be any room. And I just think it's strange that they can stockpile their supplies when they're a private contractor.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
look into that, yeah.
Just curious. Okay? I'll stop bothering you. Thank you.
No, not a bother. Steve?
Steve McLean. So going by tonight, the sand salt pile is getting low. So before we get a couple of storms the end of the week, you want to try to get some more?
Up at the Bricktown Hall?
So. You want me to call him
Is
in the
that
morning?
something you can call Michael and get it up there?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it the last 3 times. So I'm getting one of the other contractors, trying to bribe him into donating a load too. Waiting for the text back. But anyway, just so we'll have some, we don't run out. I mean, it's been the worst December that we've ever had for ice. So,
There were 3 loads up there so far.
yeah, so you got about 30 tons so far we've put up there. So,
I'm wondering if we, I mean, I don't know how much it would help or if it's even a waste of money. I mean, when I lived in Old Orchard Beach or, Yarmouth or Biddeford, I mean, they all have assigned 2 5-gallon buckets per visit. I mean, the other day I drove by and there was someone with 12 5-gallon buckets. Like I said, I don't know how much it would just be helpful if somebody drove by and saw that and they can enforce it when they have 12 5-gallon buckets loading it up.
Well, we aren't going to enforce that if everybody's staying there and watching from the bucket.
you could
Well,
put
no, I just mean, I don't know. I just think it would be,
You can put a sign up, I mean, that there's no, put 2 or 3, but, somebody with a long driveways, that's why they're taking all that, but by the same token, if they got a long driveway, they can hire somebody to,
oh, I know.
we're trying to, we always have, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just, I don't know, I just, like I said, I mean, somebody told me they saw somebody with 9
Oh, yeah,
buckets up
I
there.
heard the same thing.
And then when there wasn't any up there, they went to a neighboring town and took sand from the neighboring town, which is an issue. So I don't know, I mean, like I said, you can't enforce it, but I mean, I think it would be easy if you drove by and you saw somebody with 12 5-gallon buckets and there's a sign right there that says maximum of 2 5-gallon buckets per visit.
Put a sign up there, you know what I mean? I mean, up until 6 years ago, when,
Good luck keeping that one up.
I know, but we just put something, when Frank was alive, everybody knew you could get on there to the sand pile, and he'd let you get sand.
Yeah.
But it's a corporation now, and the liability, everything else, so I just think it's a little way to give back to the taxpayers. So I'll
Yeah.
call in the morning.
Oh,
see
I'm
if
all
they
for
can
it.
Bring up another little load with the pending couple of storms that are coming. Before somebody, we don't want to go with people falling, breaking legs and ankles and stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Is there any other hearing of citizens? Gail?
I was under the impression after last Thursday night that a special town meeting was going to be scheduled. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll talk about that later.
I didn't see it on the agenda, so I didn't know. Okay, thank you.
Is there any other hearing of citizens? Seeing none, we'll move on to old business. Review of legal accounts, there were no warrants this week, so I did not see a legal bill. I did see that, I think 2 came in, but I have not reviewed them yet. I just saw the envelopes. Howard, any update on the municipal parking lot paving update?
Well, at the budget committee meeting the other night, I just briefly talked about it. The parking lot out here, I went back to Sebago Technics, and I've got a plan here if anybody wants to see it. We originally asked to do the entire project putting parking out front and out back, with the understanding, depending on the price of it, that it could be broken up. And when the price came, the estimated price came in at, I haven't got it, I've just got the revised one. That was $650,000. Now, that was the estimate. And they use all square footage figures and so forth and so on, so whether that's, if anything, it's high. But I went back to them and asked them if we just took care of basically the front of the building and did everything out back, put in the drainage we're supposed to have, and get that area done. That came up to $367,000. So, with the understanding that if we do the back, and we decided that, yes, we do want to do the front, that grading would be done, planning to everything in front to line up with it and drain properly. So, but at this point, we've got to talk and see if in fact we're going to go ahead with this, or we're going to do the whole thing, we're going to do part of it, or we're going to do none of it. It would be a shame if we didn't do out back, but I'm just like you folks. I pay taxes. And I don't want to see my taxes go up, but you know, this is one area out here.
I'll try.
That is a mess. You know, we know there's a problem out there, and it's going to be rectified, so sooner or later, we got to bite the bullet and spend some money on it. I think this may be a situation we probably want to look at for the June vote, if nothing more. There's nothing we can do now anyway, so.
Yeah. All right.
So if any of you, before you leave, you want to look and see what the plan is, I haven't got the large plan, that's not here, but that's where we stand on that, and they're waiting to find out what we're gonna do, so you guys get any ideas?
Is it going in front of the people, Howard? to
It
vote?
has to be.
I mean, but is it going in March?
Not in March.
No, I'd have to go in June, just since we got the figures more recently. We haven't had time to sit down and figure out wording and funding and.
But as I also mentioned during that meeting last week, that is one of basically 3 projects on this property right here, not counting anything else we gotta do in the other buildings. You know, we could easily spend, see if I can do, probably looking at, if we did everything, we could easily spend $800,000 here. Because I had an energy firm come in and do a scan of this building, and you'd be surprised the voids in it,
Well,
why
I
we're
think
spending
we've
so much money.
not done a lot, all
For quite a
along.
while.
So it's coming to catch up with us.
Yes, exactly.
I came up here because people complaining on Facebook that people don't come up here to speak, so nobody can hear. Nobody has any trouble not hearing me. So my question is, can we set it up for the people to vote? Do we do this little piece? Do we do all of this? We're getting deeper and deeper, not doing the maintenance that needed to be done over the years. It's coming to bite us now.
This is why I mentioned that we had, when we initially talked to Sebago Technics, when we hired them, it was gonna be in phases. Maybe the voters would go for the whole thing, which I really think that's a little bit too much to bite off at one time, but I'm only one person. But it's been laid out and was designed so that it'd be a stage A and a stage B.
All right, so my next question is, are there any grants to help us?
Haven't got that far yet.
Okay, but that's something that we can look into, somebody who knows what grant. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Gail, is there any update on Deepvale?
Derigo Engineering is working on the construction bids for the project on Emery Corner Road. We should be getting this month the contract to read before we approve. You have to approve it, the wording, and make sure that you like it, and before it's sent out for bidding purposes. So that should come in January. Okay?
Thank you. Discussion of system administrator and Carbonite subscription. We did get one proposal that I have not had the chance to deeply review yet, and I can ask the other one that we met with for a proposal. I sent what he emailed us over, but I still do believe we should have an executive session to
The guy's
discuss.
working at the college.
Yep,
We haven't got his.
we haven't got his. So I think we should still set up a meeting between us three to discuss kind of what more we're looking for on that one. New auditing firm, Howard, I know you mentioned you talked to two. And waiting to hear back. No RFPs have come back yet. We did get some denials stating that they weren't interested.
It's getting down to getting to a very limited.
Yeah.
I've actually called some CPAs that I know, and there's very few people out there. Mostly it seems like it's firms that want to do the auditing here, as opposed to, say, one person coming in. We had two situations years ago, the state, when the state was doing it. One man came down here for 3 days, did the audit, and he was gone. And then we had another CPA, and then for various reasons, we parted company. But one I talked to the other night, CPA, I swear to God that I was talking to our present CPA, which I don't think we want to get in that situation again.
Yeah. Okay, so no real update on that one. Next on the agenda is the SOP grant update. Gail, have you heard anything from the auditors on that one?
Remember, the auditors aren't doing it now. They couldn't find it.
Once we cross the 12/31 threshold, I've stopped communicating with them, and they're not communicating with me, so I didn't think I could communicate with them. I thought they were no longer employed by us. Are they?
They are not, no.
Okay, so,
They're not our auditors per se right now, but they're finishing up, getting the books that they said they were going to take care of.
right, but even though they said that they would entertain this, they were supposed to get a price. You wanted a price, and they haven't done that.
I think it's pretty safe to say they don't want to be dealing with it.
I would say so, too. So, I believe that the fire department accounting was done properly. So I'm tracing that through, and I'll write the SOP that way. Okay, I think it pretty much matched everything. The only thing that was different was when a drawdown is done, that actually creates a receivable, but we don't do that. It's usually a short time frame, and so there's an account that it would be there waiting for it, and the drawdown is imminent, so that receivable isn't done on the books. So that's the part I would pull out of that SOP.
Yeah.
It should be done by all accounting rules probably, but it's not. If we get the rest of it right, we might be in good shape. So I've written a couple of memos for you to look at, to give instruction to the treasurer on how to handle Deepvale. Is there any questions, or do you want to peruse that? I can tell you that we're going to start getting invoices. Okay, so I really would like to nail this down before those invoices come in and they can sit somewhere. So, but That's a draft, and
Yep.
when you can mark it up, do whatever you want. Have Alicia send it back to me, and we'll get that squared away.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Nothing new on the rec director YCSWCD grant. We have a workshop on Tuesday, the 20th at 6 PM. Public vote for March 13th. The public hearings, February 12th. We're waiting to hear back from SRC TV. On that one, do we need to pick another date, Alicia?
Pick another one or two. Patrick was away on vacation, but what I did get back was the 5th and the 7th were out.
Okay.
So we know absentee ballots start on the 13th. So you're getting the 12th, so now if you wanted to pick one, it would probably be after, which there's no requirement to have them for absentee, but I think it's a good idea, at least if we have one.
Yeah, and we have the one on the 12th, so we can do another one.
Can we do it a week before? 5th?
The 5th did not
The
work.
5th, they couldn't do the 5th or the
did not work,
7th.
and the 7th did not work for SRCTV, because we picked the 5th, 7th, and 12th. Saturdays were not a hit for them. They just don't have the staff availability.
We want to try for the 3rd?
Tuesdays are their,
Nope, never mind.
No,
I
that's
think it's,
Leamington's night, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's or another.
Leamington's Thursday. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't want to do the one the same week, but I don't think we have to have them both prior to the absentee voting. So I'd be intrigued to see if they could do maybe like the 19th and the 23rd, 19th or the 23rd, a Monday night, since Saturdays are not.
Well, that's just, there's no voting involved and no hearings or anything. Can we just have one televised and have another just an information session?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, what dates work for you guys? I'm pretty free.
Any day.
Okay.
Same here.
All right. Well, let's ask for the 19th and the 23rd.
Okay.
Does that work for everybody? Of February. We have one on the 12th. So
6 o'clock.
that's 6. Okay. Job descriptions for the deputy positions are waiting on the town clerk and tax collector to get back. New business is not much on new business. Discuss sidewalk concern with MDOT. We have emails from Stan. I need to review these a little bit more, and I plan on coming in and talking with Stan tomorrow about these. I just have some questions on them, and the wording, our responsibility versus not our responsibility, the legality of them. So I'm going to talk with Stan tomorrow about those. Appointment papers for the fire department. We need to approve and sign the appointment papers. I do not have those with me.
More in your folder?
Nope. So we can go back to that. I'll open it to discussion of the agenda items or discussion of public. Anybody has anything?
Yeah, I want to hear everything that was said about the sidewalks and what I'm doing wrong. So she can come right back up and go over it all again.
Listen to the recording.
What?
I said, listen to the recording.
Oh, come on up and talk about it.
The sidewalks are not 5 feet wide.
They are too.
Okay.
My snow blower is 60 inches wide. My snow blower is 51 inches wide. I set over a foot every time, and my plow on my sidewalk machine is 60 inches wide.
What about the 1 ton with a sander going down it with the dually wheels?
What, after the state plows everything on it?
Doesn't matter. That's snow that you have to remove, whether the state.
It is removed.
You have 8 hours to do it, so wait until after the state plows the state roads.
I don't know.
Then do
No,
your
I have 8
sidewalks.
hours to do it. The state comes down through 6 hours later and puts it back on.
And then that's your job to clean it up.
Is it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll make sure.
The state plows do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all in one storm, you know.
Oh, yeah,
you
no,
can-
yeah, okay.
But what about the 1 ton being on the sidewalk?
Why can't it be?
For one thing, it's too heavy for the sidewalk.
it?
The contract says nothing over 10,000 pounds.
The 1 ton's not 10,000 pounds.
Loaded with sand and salt is
No,
not
I
more
don't
than
load it with sand and salt.
Then how do you're sanding it as you're going down. I have pictures.
Go ahead.
And I
don't care
met
if you
you
have
on the
pictures.
corner down there last year, and you almost wiped me
No,
out.
you almost caused an accident.
I
I was
was
barely
on-
moving, so.
I was on Route 11.
You almost caused an
You were on an
accident.
illegal
Because you didn't
sidewalk.
realize the 3 people behind you, and you slammed your brakes on? Okay?
No,
Yeah.
I was on
Anything
Route
else?
11.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I think you ought to
guys
do
can
your
stop
sidewalks,
doing that.
sanding up on Main Street.
What's the matter with it?
I saw, there's an elderly woman that walks about every morning, and she had a hard time walking up the sidewalk
Good enough.
today.
Good enough. They're salted and sanded every storm.
And but the warm weather we had, they
Yeah.
should have been scraped,
Oh, okay.
you know? I mean,
If I
follow-
drop the plow
follow
after the
up.
storm's over, it's another charge.
No, it's
Yeah.
the same charge.
No,
It's,
I've cleaned them up, I've salted and
if you
sanded
had
them.
cleaned them up when they, at the end of the storm.
I will have to review the contract word for word, but I mean, if
Have it
it's,
right here.
it's up to the select board to request for an extra sanding and salting. There is one that
I'm
goes with the
talking sanding
storm.
and salting.
And then,
But the snow was not removed, and we had.
okay,
it all
I know,
right.
but somebody just said something about the melting and the freezing and the sanding and the salting.
But
It's
when
at
it
the
melts,
select
it
board.
removes easier.
It's at the select board's discretion to request new sanding and salting. And I don't know if, I haven't requested one this year.
No,
And I know if I were to, it would have been done.
right.
But I'm talking more of the excess snow than the sanding. It's the sanding with the 1 ton, or plowing, actually, dropping that double blade, not double blade, the V blade, down across that sidewalk. I was very surprised Gail's not upset, because she was the one that was after Ricky when he was plowing up to the town hall, that the new sidewalks weren't supposed to have any heavy weight on it. This was several years ago. This is past, but same idea. Any more questions?
I think we need to leave the past in the past.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is gonna keep
I
going
think you
on.
need to find something better to do with your
The
time.
past snowstorm, do your job, do your job,
My
and you
job's
won't have
done.
me up here.
My job, done. You and your family just like to ride around and take pictures of everybody doing stuff.
Ricky Richardson, plowing contractor for the municipal properties. Is there a problem with the salt and sand that we purchased from the previous contractor down at the sand and salt?
It was brought up tonight at the hearing of citizens that it is stored down there. I personally don't see an issue with it. I mean, there was a lot of what ifs, nothing that's happened yet. Like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. I don't have an issue with it being down there. I don't think it's been done in the past, but a lot of stuff hasn't been done in the past and happens anyway. So, I mean, I think it's okay. I'm one of
We purchased it from
3
the previous plowing contractor.
and moved it out of the building.
We set it aside, we covered it up, so it wouldn't be in anybody else's way. And what we do is we mix it, and then we replenish our sheds for all our sanding and salting, okay? We do use a lot of salt on the properties, because we try to keep everything melted and safe, of course, but I just was running it by you, seems how, you know, the plowing contractor has his pile over here, and, you know, we made sure ours was out of the way. And we just kind of, you know, as we run out, or get close to running out, we just want to keep replenishing our pile. But if you'd like us to move it, we'd be more than happy to move it.
I don't have an issue with it.
Problem
I just want to run it by you.
No, thank you.
Because it was brought up, so I mean, it's all good.
One question, when that is all gone?
Yep.
Are you gonna be doing it somewhere else?
Yes.
I think the reason it's happening down
Why
there.
it's there is because
Just
we
because-
purchased it, and then we just wanted to get it out of the way and cover it up for now. Yeah.
I just have one question.
Sure.
When you move the salt, would you put it on cement? Because I know the DEP has rules that it has to be on the cement. That's why they have the salt
We put
shed.
all we did was put a 12-inch sand base down.
Yeah, but it's not on,
No, it's
because I
not,
mean,
no.
when the rains and, you know, some, I know you've got it covered and it looks great and whatever. I'm just saying with the DEP, they have the requirements that it needs to be on a cement slab
That-
or enclosed
Right.
so it doesn't seep into the ground.
It's not gonna be there permanently either, so it's just temporary,
Okay,
so.
just asking.
Yep, sure.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lori?
So Ricky, you're plowing town properties, right?
Yes.
Isn't that spot owned by the town?
Yep.
Wouldn't it make sense to have town supplies on town-owned property?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's it.
Is there any other discussion of agenda items?
Is there any concern with the plowing contractor that's doing the town roads? Is he having a problem with us with our piles down there?
I have not heard from him, no.
He hasn't said a word about your piles.
Yeah. So as long as
I've never
we're,
once had any contact with him.
yeah,
I've talked to him 3 or 4 times. He's never once complained
Yeah, no,
about
I've talked to him a
anybody
couple
else.
times and he hasn't.
so I'd like to hear, if there's any concerns, I'd like to hear them from the plowing contractor, not from somebody sitting in the audience.
Okay.
And I'd like, I've got the podium right now. You can get up when I'm done. Okay? This has got to stop, and the selectmen got to back us on this. That family reported us to DEP for hauling snow down the transfer station. They reported me to the state police for running my front-end loader down the road, the Edgley family. And it just keeps going on and on and on.
When was this, Charlie?
When? Last year and the year before. Ask her, she'll tell you. She's got it all wrote down.
Okay, just asking.
It's getting old, getting really old. They can put the salt in their yard, but we can't put it in our yard. I've seen a wheeler full of sand go down them sidewalks many times. And if that did any damage, I don't know what would. So you're picking on a 1-ton. You got to stand up and have this stopped. If they want to complain, have them do it behind camera, but not to drag me into the dirt, because you're not supposed to attack people on camera. That's what we're told every time. So you got to do something about that family attacking us.
Cheryl?
And what makes you think we reported you to the DEP?
DEP told me.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's news to me because I never reported him.
Talk to your son.
And the front-end loader,
Talk to your son.
why would he do that? He's got nothing against
The
it.
state police told me, the Edgeleys reported me.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll look into
I'm
that
done
one.
talking to you.
I will, okay. I'm not attacking you. I'm asking questions of the board on certain items in the town of Limerick. I'm a taxpayer. I feel I should be able to have answers where we've had trouble in controversy with our previous board. I like to get things straightened out first before they just go on and on. So you must have,
Is that why you attacked us with the previous board too?
you were doing the same. They didn't do anything about what was going on. No? So I think somebody's got a few guilty consciences.
Yeah, I think you guys just can't get your way.
Ricky?
We had a lengthy meeting with the DEP lady Ingrid and Stan Moore's, excuse me, that's a sheriff, Stan Hackett, the code enforcement officer. Myself, Charles, Ingrid, and Stan, because of the concern about dumping snow at the snow dump. What's that?
And my pit.
The concern is dumping snow on the aquifer. So she punched it up on the computer, and we had a Zoom meeting. She pointed out where we're putting the snow now on town property. And as long as, the main concern is the aquifer in this town, in the town transfer station, sand and salt piles, the old dump that's all capped, that's all on an aquifer. So we scanned several owned town properties to dump snow, and she did not find that very appealing. So it boiled down to, she said, could you stay away from the cap from the old dump 100, no, she said 75 feet, and we're 100 right now, where we dump the snow. Nick dumps his snow down there, we dump our, and I said, we'll measure it off, I think we're all set. If we keep it 100 feet, we can, because town snow needs to be dumped on town property, okay? Unless it's not on an aquifer. She punched up Charles's property on there, she says, this is your property over on Secaucus Trail South? Yeah, well, the front part of that property is not in the aquifer. The back part of it is. So technically, we could dump snow in the front. And
She also said that it wasn't enough to be a concern.
That's right.
So if there's any problem, you can talk to her.
Because the same amount of salt and sand gets, you know, the state puts salt on to melt out their roads, we put salt sand down, the town plow people put salt sand down, we all put salt sand down. And it all has to be moved somewhere. So it gets moved to the side of the road, our snow gets piled up, we remove it, whether it's out here, behind the town hall, the Grange Hall, whatever, we remove it, but it goes on town property. She was very, very informative. She went over and above. It was, I think it was an hour and a half Zoom meeting, and we tried every avenue there was. And then she asked what the concern was. I says, you know, people are concerned about, and we didn't mention any names, but about where the snow is getting dumped. And I says, it's the same place we've put it for the last 40 years. They've got monitoring wells down there, they keep track of what's going on. So far, there hasn't been a concern, so we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. And I also got a message here from and it says here, the key requirements for commercial municipal storage, okay, covering, store salt in a building or completely cover piles by May 1st and uncover after September 1st. So covering salt outside is all right, as long as it's not permanent.
Yep.
And ours is temporary, so I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That person you referred to, she was from DEP?
Ingrid, yes, yes. And Stan's the one that set the meeting up.
I'm surprised, because I understood they'd never come out anymore. They look at pictures only.
Yeah, they did. She brought it up on her screen.
Did it from,
But she wasn't physically here then?
No.
she was looking at it while we were on the phone. And she said, this is considered an emergency, this town snow, and we can dump it there. She said, I can dump it at my pit, and we can dump it down there. But we got pictures taken of us and recorded. So this got to end.
I don't see a problem with it dumping down there. We've got an old dump.
Well, there's no room up where Nick dumps for us, because now that we're doing all our snow removal, and he's doing his, there's no way we can fit it all in there.
I mean, I'd rather town snow be dumped on town property and not the private contractors.
Last year, we dumped it where the sand piles are.
Yep.
And Cesario never said anything.
Are you dumping that, I haven't looked at, are you dumping up where the old concrete bunkers are?
That's where he dumps.
Okay.
That's what I know.
Yeah, out behind the.
How much room have we got out back of there?
None. I've already pushed that snow back once.
Well, I'm wondering,
We haven't even got snow yet.
I'm wondering next summer or something if we can go right in there with a dozer and flatten a bigger area. Huh?
You gotta fill it in, it all drops.
Drops right off.
Yeah.
We were gonna run that.
I thank my father
Last
for that
year,
one.
those April storms we got, I hauled 50 loads, right around 50 loads up there.
And we can't block him off, because he has to have it.
I'm just thinking if the area was bigger, You know, we never know how much snow we're gonna get.
Well, we've been taking care of it, but people complain.
We've got a pile of material that they hauled in from Ditchens years ago, and we were gonna get together with you and have like a little site walk, so if we could take that pile, possibly move it back, spread it out, and that would give us a little more room.
Level it out, yeah.
I looked at
all
it,
of
I
us,
looked
you
at
know.
it with Ricky, and it's quite a bit. You fill in quite an area with what they got up there for ditching.
I don't know how far back we go there.
I don't know.
Quite a ways.
Well, there's a road that goes out through there too,
Yeah,
and we can't
Old
walk.
County Road.
So, if we can stay to the left-hand side of
It's
that.
way
it
out,
might be a lot of room.
Arrowhead comes in there.
Do we own up to that road in Arrowhead?
We used to own it.
Just gotta go around the cemetery, that's all.
My father used to own it. Been out there many times.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Well, I guess the bottom line is, you guys have a problem with the way I am doing the sidewalks. I have spent money every year to
Yeah,
invest.
if Brady Connors had an issue, I have your cell phone number. I think last year I reached out to you a couple times
Yeah.
to get
And
the
I have
sidewalks
spent
in.
money every year to improve my equipment, to make it better. I mean, I go across the bridge now with a snow blower. Last year I had to shovel it off, all that stuff. Like, if I have to get a sander for that, I will. But
I haven't gotten.
if you guys are okay, then I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I haven't received any complaints on the sidewalks, except for at this meeting. And I personally have not had an issue with it, or else I'm not afraid to reach out to you.
Same thing as Charles said, like, we gotta stop this.
Yep.
It's getting old, getting attacked for trying to do our job to the best of our abilities.
When you look at the sidewalk going down over the hill,
Yeah.
does there tend to be a buildup on the, not on the road side, but on the outside as far as, it looks like it's on an angle? Is that because of
So-
people's lawns and stuff coming
No,
out there?
what that
building?
comes from is the thawing. It thaws and then freezes off that snowbank, and then it starts to build up with ice. And then I end up riding on it, is what
In
happens.
that, as I'm wondering if a lot of that's because of the way the state does things too.
Well, that's part of it. I
Putting
mean,
the
this is-
slush and stuff up there and
So
it freezes.
I did call the state last year on that guy because, I mean, Route 5's cleaned, like, as soon as the storm's over, you know, and I can clean that up nice. You go down through town and 6 hours later, I'll come down, I mean, I think it was the second storm. It was 6 days after the storm, the guy came down through and put snow back on the sidewalk, you know?
I followed them down there the other day, and they were flinging it.
Yeah, and I mean,
20 feet out
I
into-
take my time and go back out and clean it up and I try to keep them clean, safe, sanded, everything, so. I mean, I'm doing the best I can, and
State doesn't care where they put this stuff.
no, which, it's fine, it is what it is, it's part of the job. They should be open and people should be able to walk on them, so I try to keep it that way. So, if you guys are all set, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there any other discussion of agenda items? I'm seeing none. We're going to go back to, appointments and resignations. We do have a list here from the fire chief about officer appointments on which he wishes, so I will read through them. Robert Fawcett as the assistant chief. Robbie is the current assistant chief. Alexander Doro as deputy chief. Tim Smarella as captain. Tim is the current captain. Peter Proctor as captain. He is one of the current captains as well. Trevor McLaughlin as lieutenant. He is one of the current lieutenants. And Nicole Kello as lieutenant. She is one of the lieutenants as well. And these terms are from now until, looks like March 31st of this year. So just to get us through now until March 31st. And these were given to us by the fire chief, which in the past the fire chief picks out his officers and leadership. So I would look for a motion to accept these as written.
So moved.
Seconded.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right. We will sign those after the meeting. That is all I have, so I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor? All right, thank you, everybody.